Hi, it's Josh from BrightTALK. I'm here with Markus Jakobsson, the CTO of Zap Fraud. Thank you for joining us, Markus.
Thank you.
Do you want to tell us a bit about what you're doing in RSA?
Part of it is presenting. I was presenting a talk about business email compromise, and part of it just meeting vendors and potential clients. So it's been a busy few days.
Let's start with the connected home. There's a lot of people who are kind of afraid of the risks associated with having all of your devices connected to a network. What do you think can be done to reassure them that the data is safe?
I don't think it is. So, I mean, it would be false to speak about reassuring people. Instead, people need to understand what the problems really are. In my view, the problems are about social engineering. It's not about strong crypto or things like that, or even firewalls. It is about understanding and protecting against fraud. So, to be tricked by somebody to give away the keys to the kingdom, pretty much.
Sure.
That's where the problem lies, whether it's for consumers or for enterprises.
Okay. What about if we look at the financial world? The banks are becoming increasingly digitalized at the moment with the challenger banks coming through, cryptocurrencies. What do you think the technology is, the security able to keep up?
Except for the social engineering part, where I think we have fallen behind quite dramatically. That's the easiest way to get through any organization today, to pretty much trick an insider to agree to give you information or money that you wish by typically impersonating somebody else within the organization, a colleague of or the boss of the person that is being targeted. That is the common thing. And that is happening to consumers as well, of course. But it's more lucrative for enterprises, and that's where the growth has been the most dramatic.
So what would you advise to protect yourself from these kind of social engineering hacks? Do you have any key tips that you'd give a CISO?
So one is not to think that spam filters solve the problem, because they're designed for quite a different problem. And the other is to find a company, and there are a collection of them now, that address the problems of business email compromise. Because it's quite different, and it depends on insights into how the scammers operate, as opposed to velocity and things like that, which are used for spam detection.
If we take it away from finance and look at more the critical infrastructure, we've seen a lot of ransomware attacks on schools, on hospitals. What do you think can be done to kind of reassure the populace that the most important aspects of our civilization are secure and kind of defended effectively?
Again, I don't want to reassure, I want to shake people up and tell them what is the problem, because people are addressing the wrong problem these days. They believe that spam filters are the solution, and then, of course, they gripe about spam filters not being appropriate and successful, but you know, let's stop it. They're not appropriate. Let's use what is appropriate. It's the wrong kind of technology to address this problem. Social engineering is very different from spam.
Okay, so we've covered kind of spam filters a couple of times, but is there anything else within the InfoSec world that kind of you're optimistic about, that you're looking forward to seeing over the next couple of years coming through?
Well, many companies are starting to firm up internal procedures. How do they react if somebody within the organization requests a transfer of funds, for example? And they're starting to establish procedures that help them avoid being trapped. That is very important, because they are going to get requests that come through, and if they just follow procedures that are safeguarding them to some extent, they're going to shake off much of that problem. Not all, but it's a good start.
Well, Markus, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
We're at RSA 2016, and for more great thought leadership content, head to brighttalk.com.